Cascabel, cascabel, lindo cascabel.
Death Talk, episode 6. I have Mark here.
Hey, how are you doing?
Great. Chris is here.
Hey, how's it going?
And Caleb.
Hello.
Cool. We're doing the podcast a little bit differently this week. We're recording on the internets. Right?
Yeah.
And it's odd, but we're going to do it, and hopefully you enjoy it. If you don't, let us know. deathtalk@deathwishinc.com.
Hopefully it sounds better, and hopefully we won't talk over each other as much as we did before.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. But we have a little bit of business to take care of first before we get into some of our discussion points today. We're going to start with talking about the recently announced Blacklisted LP. Mark, why don't you tell us what it's called and give us a little info on it.
Yeah, so Blacklisted is coming out with their new LP, their first one since No One Deserves to Be Here More Than Me, which came out in, correct me if I'm wrong, 2009?
I think it was that.
Okay, I think I'm right. It's 2009. So this is their first record in like 5 years. Or not, it'll be 6 years because it comes out February 10th, 2015. It's called When People Grow, People Go. Recorded by Will Yip at Studio 4 again, which always sounds great. It's the same place where Cold World's recorded and countless bands at this point. I think Title Fight always records there and stuff. So I'm really excited. We released the artwork for it on all of our social network websites, and the art is awesome. I only remember I might have seen the back cover, but the front cover is really great. It's like this really creepy photo. So I assume pre-orders will be sometime soonish if it comes out in February. Right, Rich?
Yeah, it will. We haven't announced it yet, but we'll get those details to everyone once we can.
Yeah, and I'm sure a song will get released at some point soon, and so you should get excited for that because Blacklisted really hasn't released anything bad. They're always awesome.
And we've all heard the record here, and I mean personally, this I was pretty amazed by the album itself. It's definitely a Blacklisted record. It's great. It's the songs are. It's really, I don't want to say it's a throwback, but it definitely calls to some of the previous albums and almost like a combination of a few of the albums.
I think it's got the intensity and aggressiveness as Heavier Than Heaven does, but it's still, and I haven't listened to it too much, but it still has its own originality that No One Deserves to Be Here More Than Me did. It's not maybe as I don't know what word to use. I'm not gonna say weird, but just a little bit different than their style. I feel like it's more like Heavier Than Heaven, but it still feels like its own original thing. It's really interesting and cool. Plus, I think Casey's not on this episode, but Casey and I have talked about how George is like our favorite hardcore vocalist. He's like the best. His voice is great. When he does that weird scream singing thing, it's really fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's great, and I can't wait for everyone to be able to hear it soon. It's we'll be releasing a song eventually, and it's definitely going to be something to look forward to in 2015. So I'm glad we're putting it out and that people will be able to listen to it soon.
Yeah, they've actually been playing a few of the new songs live.
Yeah. You can actually, I think they've played some of them in This Is Hardcore, that video that Hate 5-6 released. I think you can see like good versions of those songs.
Yep.
Rich, do you know if they're going to be touring at all around the record?
They haven't announced anything yet, but as soon as
maybe
I can't talk about it yet. But
okay,
once we can actually release that information, we will. But
Cool.
I assume that they will.
Cool.
Very good. So, speaking of Blacklisted, we wanted to discuss some of the things that happened on Black Friday. We wanted to just touch on our sale, and it was a surprise release of the deluxe version of Heavier Than Heaven. No one really knew they were putting it out until a couple days before, so hope people had a chance to pick it up by now. I think it's, Caleb, is it sold out now?
Yes.
Okay, so it just sold out, so we only made 500 copies of it, so if you didn't get it, sorry, but it sold out pretty quickly. But yeah, Black Friday was great. We were working throughout the night. We had people here during the day, over the weekend, so it was very busy, and definitely want to thank everyone that participated in it and purchased something that day. It was very helpful. It's always a good time to get a good deal on some records, and but we did a few different things this year that we haven't done in the past. We did the sale, which we always do, but we also had these limited bundles that we ran throughout the night. So we got some really good feedback about that, and if you were able to pick one up, that's great. Thank you again. And if you just lost my train of thought, if you're able to pick one up, that was awesome. They some of them sold out, some of them didn't, but you were able to score a pretty good deal on a good chunk of records. So that is always good. We had Death Heaven bundles, we had Touche Amore bundles, we had Converge bundles, we had a Deathwish 2014, which was obviously the you got the most for your money there. I believe it was $100 and you got to save $53. So you got a ton of releases for $100, which was really nice.
That's an awesome deal.
It was a very good deal, and I hope you were able to take advantage of it. So besides the sales that we did and some of the bundle deals that we did, we had the deluxe version of Blacklisted's Heavier Than Heaven, Lonelier Than God. And I wanted to take some time to discuss how that project came together. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about now. Any other, before I go further, is there any other thoughts on Black Friday from any of you guys?
No, I mean, I wasn't here. I know that Chris worked with you guys overnight, right?
Yeah, the overnight crew was good. Me, Angela, and Garvey, we all worked. It was good.
I thought Rich worked too. Did he?
Yeah, he was doing all the like flash deals and all that stuff.
Sure,
So
yeah.
he was
The twittering.
yes, he was
Getting the deals online. Yeah.
Chris, is your sleep still fucked up?
Yeah, I've been like trying to like get back to like a normal sleep pattern, but like every night I just can't fall asleep until like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then it's just like I have to be up like before like 9. So like,
Yo, it's worth it though, right? Just dedicating your life to it.
yeah, the dedication to hardcore, and yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, I was here, I think I got here at like 10 at night, and Caleb came in at like 8 a.m. and said I was in a bad mood.
Yeah,
at 8 a.m.
Yeah, you were snarky to me all day. Well,
Dude, I was really overtired, and
Rich was also pretty hungover from Thanksgiving.
No, I wasn't. I actually had to leave a little bit early, from family dinner, because I needed to get some sleep before I came in, but I can't really sleep during the day. So,
Did you limit it to only 7 CL smooths?
no, I had zero.
Wow, that's not a true Rossi Thanksgiving.
I'll bring it back for Christmas and New Year's Eve. I'll go hard.
Nice.
Don't worry about it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we had the Blacklisted record, the deluxe version, available that night. And I just want to talk about some of the process of the project and how it came together. So back in, I would say, I think it was June or July, we decided on, wanting to do this project. We talked to the band. Band was down. They wanted to do it too. And we wanted to kind of revisit it and do some new things to give, a different perspective. Like we already put out the standard version, before, but we wanted to kind of give it a new take, a new take on that version. So, we decided to go in and remaster the audio for vinyl specifically. We listened to the first version of the record. I wouldn't say it sounded bad at all. It's just we thought there were some improvements that could happen. So I emailed Brad Boatwright at Audio Siege and said, hey, you want to do this? And he's like, yeah, of course. So told him some of the notes that we wanted to do. Gave him that information, and he came back with a new pre-master. And when I say pre-master, it's basically the master that goes to the plant before the lacquer is cut. So the audio got remastered before, it actually, the lacquers got cut. So, we got test presses back. Everything sounded great. And we moved forward. So Jake worked with the band to work on a new packaging for it. So one of the big points of doing the deluxe version was to have that booklet included with it. The booklet itself was included in the CD version, but not the vinyl version. So we wanted to actually have that a part of the vinyl version as well in the deluxe version.
Can I say that when my bad. When I bought a copy of the CD when it came out, that was my favorite part, was the booklet, and I was always really bummed that it wasn't included with the vinyl. So that's all I'm saying. I just thought it was really cool that you included it.
I loved all the photos in there, so it was really nice to see them all blown up now in the deluxe version. It was a big part of the record. It was the packaging. It was great, and it's great to be able to put it on vinyl now. So we took the CD version of the booklet and made it into an LP version, a bigger version, which is really nice. We also Jake designed an alternative gatefold cover for it as well. So this was originally in the CD version as well. But it was on the booklet, on the outside of the booklet on the CD version. So we actually used it as the cover of the deluxe version, which was pretty cool. And so we got all that stuff together. And this was back in the summertime. So just to give people perspective on how long it takes for a project to get together and actually completed, we started this, I think it was in June, I'm pretty sure, and we literally got records a couple days before Black Friday. So we were right down to the wire. So it took a good 5-6 months to actually get completed. And that's for a repress of a record that's already been available. So obviously we had some tweaks on this one. We remastered the audio. So, but it was a repress. So just to give people an idea of how long it takes for records to get completed and a project can get completed, it can take quite a bit of time depending on some of the things involved. But if you did get a chance to order it, you'll be in for a really great audio experience. So it was remastered, and it is at 45 RPM this time. It was at 33 RPM. And typically we can get better results with a 45 RPM LP. It's good to if you can run the job at 45. Typically you can get some better results from that and better audio. And the vinyl itself is on 180 gram. So you, if you're an audio guy and you're looking for the best sounding version of this record, this is the one to have. And not only was the vinyl version, given this remastered, remastered audio, we also included, if you ordered it from our store, FLAC audio. So you got the high resolution audio included with your order. So go ahead and you can download that. You just log into your account on the Deathwish store and you can download that. It comes with a folder for FLAC audio and it comes with a folder for high resolution MP3 audio. So I think it's at 320. And another note too, if you do want to listen to the FLAC audio version, you can't use iTunes. It won't work. So you have to use another program. I can recommend using a program called Vox, VOX, on the Mac. You can use that to listen to the FLAC audio. It's really good. And if you have a nice pair of speakers and a good audio, interface, you can get. It sounds pretty amazing, and you can definitely hear the difference from the original version to the new one now. So yeah, besides the packaging and the audio, it's a great reissue of a fantastic record. Just to speak on that record a little more, at the time when that record came out, it was right after Peace on Earth's War on Stage came out, the EP. You guys have obviously heard that EP as well, right?
Yeah. That was excuse me. That was right before it came out. Was it really close?
I can't remember dates. I'm real terrible with dates. So
because some of the songs on the 7-inch are like demo versions of songs on Heavier, right?
Well, it's not necessarily a demo version of it. They recorded that EP before, and
sure, okay.
I wouldn't say it was a demo version, but they did re-record some of the songs on the LP. I think 2 of them.
I get you. Yep.
But when that EP came out, Blacklisted they're a band that kind of almost like reinvents themselves every album, but it's a Blacklisted record too at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So they have this sort of, I don't know, they just kind of, reinvent themselves and give you another, version of the same band, but it's like a Blacklisted record. So I feel like they did this with Peace on Earth when that came out. I remember when it came out, people were really psyched on it. The songs were just like so different from what every other hardcore band was doing at the time. And we thought they were, fantastic, but we had no idea that they were going to write a record like Heavier Than Heaven coming, after that. So it was a great release for the time, and it was, definitely one of my favorites in the Deathwish catalog. I have a lot of favorites, but definitely Heavier Than Heaven's up there, probably top 5 for me. But
it's because it's not many bands. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say there aren't many bands that play this kind of music that can keep your attention for this many LPs. I guess sometimes it ends up just being the same thing, and Blacklisted is not one of those bands. It's always interesting, which is really cool. Especially, I don't know, I'm not gonna list any bands, but you just sort of seem like you're hearing the same record all the time if they have like more than 2 or 3. Yeah,
that's definitely why I kind of said like they have reinvented themselves, but they're still Blacklisted, and what a Blacklisted record's going to sound like. But it's great. So again, if you didn't have a chance to pick that up, sorry, but it looks great. I can't wait for everyone to actually see it. Everyone should be getting their orders soon. We've been the mail order department has been working super hard this week, and it's been great, all the orders that we got from the weekend and what we got this week. So that's great. So we have Caleb filling in for Casey Nealon today on Cool New Tunes.
Cool New Tunes!
Caleb, why don't you tell us about some of the cool new records we got this week? I'm really excited about the first one you're going to talk about.
I was just going to bring that up. So we got 2 new releases from A389 Records this week. The first one is definitely one of Rich's favorites, 100 Demons in the Eyes of the Lord. You got anything you want to say, Rich?
When that record starts playing, it takes me into a rage. That record is so heavy. One of my favorites. 100 Demons are one of my favorite bands, no lie. And that record and the self-titled record are just so fantastic. I can't say enough about them. So,
do you want to sing the lyrics like you were singing yesterday in Caleb's office?
Yes, yeah, please do. In that weird whisper thing podcast, you do.
But...
No. Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty close. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that's got some demo and some comp tracks that are on vinyl for the first time, so that's pretty neat. We also got the Primitive Man Fister split. This is just like a doom metal split from 2 great bands. We also got the new Big Contest Time Will Tell EP from Mosher's Delight. This is pretty cool. It's a band featuring members of Title Fight, Free Spirit. Check that out. It's got some photos from Angela Owens on the back. We also got some new releases from Tor Johnson Records from Providence. This first band, Death of Tyrants, just put out a 7-inch EP. It's like their newest release since 2006. So they're getting back into it. They're mostly instrumental band from New Hampshire. They're really cool. Mostly instrumental. Check it out. It's cool. And we also got Weak Teeth, So You Ruined Your Life, 12-inch. I like this. They call themselves Emo Damaged Hardcore. So that's funny. Worth checking out. Yeah. We also got the Murder City Devils new LP that they released themselves. They're a cool like garage rock band from Seattle. We also have the new Obituary record, which is just their latest. I think it's their 9th studio album. Last but not least, we have the new True Love record from React. This is their debut full length, and you should definitely give it a shot. It's good stuff.
Yeah, have you guys listened to the True Love record yet?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, if you like American Nightmare, you should definitely listen to this record. They definitely are heavily influenced in a good way. You know, I love American Nightmare, so this record, if you like them, you should definitely listen to True Love. Really great LP, and just another one of React's, another fantastic React release. So
just cranking out the hits.
All the hits.
Cool. So we got a couple tours to talk about too. Tour time with Chris Martin. Chris, why don't you tell us about all the tours?
Okay, so I wouldn't say tours. They're Doomriders is doing a weekend tour starting on Friday in Brooklyn, New York, and then the following day they're doing a Philadelphia date, and then on Sunday they'll be in Cambridge at the Sinclair playing with Cave In.
Really excited about that. A lot of us are going to the show.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
I haven't seen it quite a bit.
It's a 10th anniversary show, right?
Yeah. And then on Friday, Self Defense Family is playing America's Hardcore Fest, which will be pretty cool. There's a lot of awesome bands playing. So
the same day that Self Defense is playing, I'm pretty sure Death Injection's playing, Casey's band, and Give and Super Touch and stuff. So if you guys hear this before the weekend, you should go to it. It's gonna be awesome.
Very excited. Big weekend for Boston.
Yeah, 4 shows in 3 days. Actually, if you count the Doomriders show, it's 5 shows in 3 days.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a busy weekend.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on with shows right now. But yeah, we'll move on to some questions and feedback. So let's see, we got a few questions here. I have to give Juan a shout out because he said to. So Juan, shout out, yo, what's up? We can't say anything bad about Taylor Swift on this episode. He'll get very upset.
We can do whatever we want.
So let's answer a few of these questions. See what we got. So Juan writes in and says, "What is the weirdest or most odd band submission we received from the label?" Caleb, didn't you open one once and it was like dirt in it?
No, they sent a plant, and the plant is currently on my desk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Groot. I opened it, and it's just soil all over my desk. So, sorry guys, you're never getting signed.
That was kind of mean.
What's that?
So that was kind of mean.
I'm just joking.
Aggressive there.
Well, you got soil all over my desk. What are you going to do? I like the plant, though. I still have it, so thank you.
So you still... All right.
I wouldn't say if it was either weird or odd, but when I would check the demos at Deathwish Inc. email, I kept getting like 100 to 150 submissions by some band called Suffer on Acid.
Oh my god.
Per day?
Yeah, per day. I mean, he was just like, ride the light, ride the light. It's just like, I get it, man. We'll ride the light. It's all right. So, what is the oddest request received from a mail order customer? I feel like Caleb, who deals with a lot of customer emails often, could give us a good answer for this.
Oof, give me a sec. I'm sure there's something. Oddest request.
Caleb, I don't know if you were here for this, but wasn't there a guy in jail that would request like free like stickers?
I didn't know about that. That's awesome.
And I think, and I don't know what it's like in jail because I've never been there, but I think they can't listen to CDs. So he asked if we had like cassette versions of our records, and we don't. You know, we don't have many. At least there's a few that got released on cassette, but I remember that. I don't think you were here for that, Caleb, but I remember that one.
Yeah, I don't think so.
A while ago.
That's
man, I'm honestly drawing a blank. I don't know.
Here's one question: is there going to be a second Deathwish Fest? There's been talks. We haven't got all the details together yet, but
it's definitely something we want to do.
Yeah, this was great. You know, we had a lot. The show sold out, and it was a great couple days of shows, and the bands were fantastic. Everyone had a really good time. So I hope that it happens again. But nothing concrete. But we have a little bit of time to get that together.
Can I read the next one?
Yes.
Although I don't believe in such things as guilty pleasures in music, as it's valid and good for each person, what would be the guilty pleasure music that people at Deathwish HQ like to listen to? You guys got anything?
Who wants to admit?
I know Mark's got something. I don't know. I don't feel guilty about much.
To be honest,
yeah,
music
I don't feel guilty about much either.
Music I listen to like wholeheartedly. You guys would probably wish it was a guilty pleasure because you just laugh at me about it all the time.
What, Lake Street Dive? That's not guilty at all.
No, Lake Street Dive is the best. I listen to Taylor Swift with my girlfriend, and it is fun as fuck.
Wow.
Why'd you have to add the little girlfriend caveat?
Well, because she's the one who listens to it.
You listen to it by yourself. We all know. It's fine.
Maybe I've transitioned into that, like whatever.
Whatever. That first Slipknot record? I'll listen to it.
There we go.
Caleb's into it. Yep.
Yeah,
I listened to. I think it was last weekend or maybe the weekend before. I listened to an Alanis Morissette record.
Whole thing.
I was into it. I don't care.
I have nothing really bad to say about Alanis Morissette. I think she's fine.
That Jagged Little Pill, it's a good record.
Yeah, dude. She's fucking tortured. Like, let her speak her stuff. Like, let her speak her art, dude.
Did terrible things to her.
Yeah, Dave motherfucking Coulier is the reason that record happened, right? Guys, cut it out.
Wait, is that true?
I wish Casey was here because Casey knows every word to like Limp Bizkit albums and like Kid Rock albums and stuff.
No, the Yellow Card album, right?
Oh, that's a good one. He
knows every word.
Yeah.
Whenever I walk near Casey, or like, I'm sorry, whenever I walk through the warehouse and I hear like new metal coming out of there, I was like, yep, Casey made the playlist today. Like, I just knew it.
Or like a copious amount of R. Kelly.
Yeah.
He likes putting a lot of R. Kelly on the playlist.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Those aren't guilty pleasures. Whatever. We'll listen to whatever we want. How about that?
Yeah, guilty pleasures are weird, but I don't know.
All right, next question.
Okay, this one's from Alfredo in Mexico. Whoa. Someone in Mexico listens to this podcast. That's awesome.
Pretty good.
Do you think we have to... Does anyone know Spanish?
See.
Very little.
If you guys like are in the Christmas mood, I don't know if you are yet. It's early on in the month. Maybe I could bust this out later. I know all of Jingle Bells in Spanish, so I could sing this for Alfredo. Cascabel, cascabel, lindo cascabel. Con su noche de alegría anunciando el. Ha llegado Navidad, la familia negra está celebrando Nochebuena en la Plaza Santuga.
Oh my god.
Guys,
Okay.
how does it feel being a level below me?
It's rough.
Well, Alfredo would like
I'm such
to know,
a dick.
Alfredo would like to know, what do you look for in bands that Deathwish decides to support? That's a good question. There's some of them, the obvious answers. You have to be good. We like, we have to like your music. Here's another thing too. None of us actually decide on what artists that we work with. We have some input sometimes, but no, Mark, you don't either. Jake and Trey do the majority of that. I'm going to say all of that. They do all of that. But I can, just from working here for quite a while, obviously we want to like your music. That's an important part. You have to be good live. That's another big thing. Obviously, bands that tour a lot typically are more successful, and we definitely look for that in bands. And that's just a few things. Also, just like on a personal kind of note, it's good to have, if you're a band, you really need to have good communication skills. You have to be good at emails and talking on the phone. That's a lot of stuff that we have to do on a day-to-day basis. So having good communication skills is always a real good one. And yeah, it's definitely not a cookie cutter thing. If it really depends on a lot of different factors, but those are definitely some of the more important things that we look for in bands. All right, what we're into. Caleb, why don't you start off?
All right. I saw some awesome movies this week. It was last week, but it's all right. It was this week. I saw Whiplash and Birdman, double feature. They're both great. You should watch them.
I'm really excited to see both of those.
Yeah.
I heard Michael Keaton is like crazy in Birdman. I heard he's great.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's on the top of their game in Birdman. It's very cool. The whole score was done. It's just drums.
Wow.
That's why I wanted to see it.
Wow.
I don't think it actually worked all that well, but there were a few there were a few cues that were awesome.
Cool.
I don't know what this is all about.
What do you mean?
What I've never even heard of this movie.
Well, look at a trailer for both of them.
Birdman is about so Michael Keaton plays this guy who used to be like an actor. He's an actor, and he was in like
Michael
a famous. Yeah. He was like a famous superhero in like this movie franchise, and now like he's older and he wants to do something more meaningful. He doesn't want to be known as Birdman, so he's doing an adaptation of this book on Broadway. He like writes and directs it and everything, and it's really good. And then Whiplash is about a drummer who wants to be the best drummer, and he has a really intense music director who just fucking berates everyone and just destroys dreams. And he deals with that, and they're both awesome. Good double feature, because the score for Birdman is all drums, and then Whiplash is about a drummer. So there you go, common thread.
Wow. Cool.
I know everyone's bored to death. What are you into? What are you into, Mark?
I have been listening to this LP by a band called SOMOS. It's called Temple of Plenty. I think it came out in like February or March of this year, maybe even April, on Tiny Engines. And they're from Massachusetts. I think they say they're from Boston, although I had never really heard of them before the record came out. But that just means I'm not the most in touch, so maybe I just was missing out. But regardless, the record is fucking awesome. It's really good. Been listening to it a bunch, and they actually just announced they signed to No Sleep, so I guess they're doing their next record on No Sleep. And you should check it out. It's really good.
Oh, I forgot to mention, shout out to Flannel Bed Sheets. That shit's awesome.
I used to have a pair of flannel bed sheets, and that shit was sick.
So good. It's so toasty.
You just reminded me of them. I'm gonna have to like pick up a pair.
Yeah, you are.
A pair? Is that what we say? A pair of sheets? Yeah.
No, it would be a set, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it'd be a set, yeah.
Okay, I'll get it.
Chris, what are you into?
So I started rewatching Parks and Rec. That show's awesome, and I think everyone should watch it.
Why are you starting over?
Times. No, I've already watched it before. I'm just watching it again. I restarted watching it.
Cool. Awesome. Solid choice. I would rewatch something, but like I'm just too fed up. I'm too busy with Bones, you know.
Parks and Rec is awesome. I love Parks and Rec. I think that Caleb, you've talked about Bones enough.
I'm so into Bones.
So, anyways, I think Jean-Ralphio should have his own TV show. He's the greatest character since Ed Bundy. Not a great character. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here, guys.
I just started watching Parks and Rec. Like I just watched. I think I watched the first 8 episodes. Like,
yo, did you watch it because we made you watch the Treat Yourself video?
Yes. It was like
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
So I started watching that.
The first season, I gotta say, is like a little rough, but it gets great.
It totally is.
Dude, Entertainment 720, let me invest.
I was a big fan of The Office. It's kind of like that, right? Don't you?
Yeah.
You say that?
Yeah, the same setup.
The same people actually.
I think it's the same. Yeah, it's one of the same writers.
The same people. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Rich, what about you?
I just started watching, and it just kind of came back. I think this is the third season. I think it's the third season of the NEWSROOM.
Third season,
yeah. Mark, you watched it as well?
Yep.
All right, cool. So I just started watching that. I like it. It's not my favorite show of all time, but I think it's good. It's just a good show. They talk about, just because it's a kind of a local thing, because they talk about, it's not a local thing, but it's everyone knows about it. But the first episode is about the Boston Marathon bombing. So, or I think it's actually the first episode into the second episode. So
yeah, it's really good.
I just thought it was very interesting. As
it's really
around Boston.
I can't believe that there's so many conflicts in the season. I don't know how they're going to wrap them all up. It's only 6 episodes and then the show's done.
Is it really?
Yeah, because it got canceled. This is the last 6 episodes. So, like, I just watched the recent one last night, and that was the 4th episode, and still there's so many untied things. I don't know how they can wrap it up in 2 episodes.
Oh, I didn't realize the show got canceled.
Yeah, I guess the second season, I liked the second season. I thought it was cool, but I guess it didn't really do well, and then I don't know. It got canceled. Maybe critics didn't like it or something, but
I don't love this show, but I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, me either. I'm not like in love with it, but I think it's pretty entertaining.
Maybe that's why it got canceled.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's about it, guys. We're gonna wrap it up here. If you are listening to this on YouTube, you might want to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Just hit the little subscribe button, or you can subscribe in your favorite podcast app. Just search Deathwish Inc. We're also on iTunes, so you can subscribe there, leave a rating, say nice things if you want, or you can say bad things, but we wouldn't like that. Chris wouldn't like that. He'd be very upset.
So angry.
Oh, he's angry. So you don't want to piss off Chris. You better get 5 stars.
So angry.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and once again, if you want, you can email us at deathtalk@deathwishinc.com and send us a email or about a question or feedback, whatever it may be. And we did record this episode in a different format, so we really want to hear what you guys think. If you guys think it was bad, then let us know. If you thought it was better, let us know. Because, we're not professional podcasters or anything, so we definitely want to hear what you guys think. And if you enjoyed it, let us know. And if you didn't, let us know that too. So we want to improve the show over time and make it better. So definitely let us know your feedback. All right. Thank you. Bye.